Dear students, in this lecture we are going to see the tokens and data types in the C language. So, in case of the tokens, how we can define the token? Token is each and every smallest individual units in the C program are known. Whatever things we are using in the C are is known as the token. For example, what things we use? We use in the C that we use the keywords. Keyword. What are the examples of the keywords? In C we use the float, doubles, and integers. So these are the some of the keywords. Then what are the constants? We use any constant numbers, we use strings, we use the operators. For example, we have to perform the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So whatever things we use, जो भी हम C में यूज कर रहे हैं, that combinedly are known as the tokens of the C. So then we can have what are the keywords in the C. Keywords, we can say that keywords are the words that has special meaning to the C compilers. Means these are the words which are already defined in C language. The meaning. So since these are the words, they have been given or by the developers of the C. So we cannot change these words. We cannot change the keywords. Some serve as a basic building block of the program statement. So these are the words given by the developer. So these are the basic building blocks of the program. All the keywords in C we write in the lowercase letters. So now what are the examples of the keywords? These are the 32 keywords in the C. So these are different words. We have seen the auto, case, character, constant, continue, default, go to, if. So whatever the words are already defined in C are known as the keywords in C. Now we want to see the identifiers in the C. So what are the identifiers in the C? In C, the identifier means whatever the new unique names we create for any variable, that is known as an identifier. So we cannot use the keywords as an identifier. What? Because these keywords were defined by the developers. Now the in identifier, if I am using, it is a case sensitive. If I am using capital A, then it is having it is a different variable. If I am using small a, then it is a different variable, or we can say identifier. Now identifier must consist of only letters, digits, and underscores. So only three things we can include in the identifier. तीन ही चीज़ें इसमें इंक्लूड हो सकती है, या तो लेटर हो सकते हैं, या डिजिट हो सकते हैं, या फिर अंडरस्कोर हो सकते हैं. So maximum letters or it can have maximum 31 characters. But there should be no spaces when we are making any variable, or we can say any identifier. Now these are the some of the examples of the identifier, how we can know that which is the correct identifier. So for example, if I am writing here the total sales is the correct identifier because we are just having only characters here. Now if I am writing total underscore sales, this is also correct because we can include a underscore and n letters. Same thing if I am writing total dot sales, so we cannot include here dot, so it is not a correct identifier. Now if I am writing here 4, then we cannot begin with the digit, so this is not a correct identifier. If I am writing here the total sales dollar, so I cannot use the special characters in this case, so this is also not a correct identifier. Now these were the tokens. So identifiers, keywords, each include comes in the category of the token in C. Now we are second topic, we are having the data types. So what is the meaning of data types? Data type means type of data. Which type of data we are using in our program? Data type is the type of data in variable which we are going to use. It can be integer, it can be character, it can be float, it can be double. So data type is used where we are using the data type variable when variable is declared. It identifies the type of variable or which type of data is variable having. Then it will identify what type of answer we will be having after. Then in in C, we are having three, we can classify different types of data in the three categories, that is primary or fundamental types. What is the meaning of primary data types? Primary data types are those types which are already defined in C. There is another category, second category is user defined. User defined means the some power is given for the user that he can define his own data type. Third category is derived data types. Derived data types are those data types which we can derive from the primary data types. Then what are the examples of what are the primary data types? I think I have told you the data types which are already defined in C. So these can be character, it can be integer, it can be float, and this type of data type can be void. Now, what are the different character data type? Character can be signed character or unsigned character. Same thing, integer data type is again defined in categorized into two types, that is unsigned. Signed means positive integers. Unsigned signed means negative integers. Unsigned means positive integers. Now again signed is categorized into int, short int, and long int. Same thing, unsigned is also categorized into int, short, and long int. Float, float means decimal numbers. Float is having three categories, that is float, double, and long double. Then void means nothing. If we are not having any data type, or we are having zero answer, then we can say it is a not a void data type. Now how we can define categorize the int, that is long int, short int? How we, what is the difference between? So int in C is having the size of 2 or 4. It depends on the machine. Same thing, if we talk about the short int is having size of 2 bytes. If we talk about the character, then character is having size of 1 byte. Size of 1 byte. Now if we if we talk about if we talk about the what is the 1 byte, 1 byte means how many bit? 1 byte means 8 bit. If we talk about character, so character we can say 1 byte or 8 bit. Same thing, if we talk about the unsigned int, it is a 4 byte. Now if we talk about the float, what are the different categories of float? Float is having the size 4 byte, and if we talk about double means number of digits are after decimal, then it is of 8 byte. If we talk about long double is having 10 bytes. So this is on the basis of the size or memory size, how much memory they will be required to keep the data in the memory, they are categorized. Now what are the यूजर डिफाइन? यूजर डिफाइन मीन्स कुछ पावर यूजर को भी दी गई है that he can define some data type. One data type is type def. What is the meaning of type def? Type def means keyword that allows the create alias name. We can create any other name for any data type. What? For example, if I am writing here the writing type def int units, now I can use the int by the name of units, by the name units. Same thing, if I don't want to use the name float, so I can change the name float. How? How I will write? I will write type def float then marks. So if I will write the marks means I can use marks. What is the meaning of marks? Marks means I can use the decimal numbers. For example, 1.2, 2.1, like this. Same thing. Another user defined data type is enum. What is the meaning of enum? Enum is user defined data type that provides way to assign meaningful name to any set of integers. If I am having like for example, if I am having east, north, west, and south, so I can use by the integer names. So I can use east by the integer name 0, north by 1, west by 2, and south by 3. By default, if we are not writing any integer name inside, then initial name is assigned the value 0. So enum means we can use any letters by the integer names. We can assign some meaningful names to integers. So this is the enum. So these are the two data types, that is type def and enum are the are which type of user defined data types. Now if we talk about the user defined declarations, so how what we can declare then if I want to make anything constant, then I before the data type I can write const word. Const word means if I am writing const class size 40 class, now I cannot change the class size, so that it will not class size I cannot change, means it will remain the 40 only, because I have used the word const. Now if I want to change, then I can define by the word volatile. By declaring the variable volatile value, maybe I can change the value. For example, if I am writing volatile int date, so whatever date I have taken, I can change that date. This is the meaning of this word volatile. So we have seen the two words, that is one is const, another is volatile. Now what are the derived data types? Derived data types means the data type which are derived from the primary data type. What are the derived data types? Derived data types are the data types which are derived from primary data types. So these are the array, functions, pointers, and structures. So these are the derived data types. Then we declaration of the variable. How we can declare variables in the C? One, what is the meaning of declaration? It tells the compiler the variable name. So what it will tell? It will tell the name of the variable if we are declaring. It also specifies type of data it will be having. So, so for example, what is the syntax of the declaration? First we have to write the data type, then we have to write the names of the variables. So, for what are the examples of, then how we, what are the examples? Then int count. Int count means count is having the value integer value. Then what is the meaning of double ratio total? Means ratio is a decimal number and total is also decimal number. Ratio and total are the variables here, and double means it is a double means these are the decimal numbers. So what we have seen in this lecture, so I think we can recap the lecture. We have seen the tokens. In token we have seen the identifier, keywords. Then we have seen the data types. In data types we have seen the primary data types. In primary data types we have seen the int, character, float, void. In user defined data types we have seen the enum, type def. In derived data types we have seen the functions, pointers, array. So this is all about the this lecture. Thank you very much.